Alright, hey there everyone, this is Brian from Less Magic More Gathering, and if you just tuned in to the recent video I posted, that was the first of a double video for this weekend's booster pack opening. We got double masters, so guess what? That means double video. So I hadn't really planned on getting double masters because they're really pricey, and I was just going to maybe, I don't know, if there's a couple that I really wanted, I might go out and get them, but I didn't want to buy the packs. But I was at the store, and sometimes it just gets the better of me, so I grabbed a couple of these. I'm hoping I can at least get about half of what I paid into them. I don't really expect to get the whole bundle or whole amount. I mean, I think I paid $39 for each of these, so $80 and $85 after tax. So I know it might be a little high price. You're probably like, man, I can't believe I paid that much for it. And I was trying to look to see. They had individual packs there as well, but they were like $15 a piece. But I think maybe 16 actually. It was better to go with the 3-pack because the single pack, if I bought 3 of them, I'd have been paying like $45 as opposed to $40. So I made a little bit different, made a better choice, I think. So nonetheless, let's go ahead and get into this. Like I said, we just did a previous video. Hope you like that one, and I hope you like this one as well. And I'm really hoping we get some cool stuff out of here. I've seen a lot of the posts of some of the stuff people have gotten. I know a lot of people have pulled those from the VIP packs, and I got one of those coming. I had some store credit I could use, and I bought one of those, but that probably something I'm going to do after I get back. Like I said in a previous the giveaway video, and congratulations to the winners, by the way. Eden0995, I believe, if I get it right, and then Couples Magic. They both won. And I'm not going to have any more videos for a couple weeks, so that's why I'm doing a double pack, or double video. But we're going to get back into some more giveaways when I do get back. Keith might be on here and doing some stuff. He may be back before I get back. I don't remember what his time frame is, but who cares about all that pish posh? Let's get into these double masters packs and see what kind of sweet cards we can pull out. These things are always got way too much packing on them. I mean, they've got to be protected. I get it, but sometimes it's annoying. All right, so 6 sweet packs of double masters. And I know what kind of stuff we're looking for. I mean, some really, really good cards from older sets were reprinted. They're all reprinted from these newer sets. Newer sets. So Double Masters reprints. I don't know if I can get some of the borderless cards in here or the extra limited edition ones or alternate edition, but we're going to pray for it. I haven't watched anybody open stuff, so I don't really know. But cross your fingers. Let's see what kind of cool stuff we got. And so there's a token. So we got a sweet little wolf token. Can't go wrong with wolf tokens. Maybe you can. Maybe you're not a wolf player, but they're still pretty cool. Alright. I'm guessing this is the correct way. So it looks like these are going to be correct. They're not going to be backwards. So I'm going to review these. Not really going to read them because I'm pretty sure these are all reprints. They might not be, but I'm going to say them. I didn't want to make this video super long because it's 6 packs, so it could get longer than I want it to. But Clear Shot is a 3-drop instant. Target creature you control gets a +1/+1 on the turn. It deals damage equal to its power to target creature you don't control. So that's a good one if you're going that route. Weapon Surge. This is definitely reprint. Common. I'm just going to skip reading them. I was going to, but I'm not going to. Heartless Pillage. Dark Steel Axe. Equipment's good stuff there. Steel Sabotage. Get ahead of the game. So Iron League Steed. I've got Expedition Map. That's a good one right there. So, old school card. Nice one to have. Angel of the Dawn. And our first uncommon is Bloodshot Trainee. So we'll do uncommons up top here. Rare's probably down here at the bottom so you can see them there. So Bloodshot Trainee. That's the 4-drop Goblin Warrior. And you can tap it. Deals 4 damage to target creature. Activate this ability only if Bloodshot Trainee's power is 4 or greater. So you're going to have to pump him, but imagine getting him pumped up and just you could tap it all day long and just start taking out creatures. Clone Shell. That's a 5-drop artifact creature, a shapeshifter with imprint. I love these imprint abilities just because there's a lot of tricky, sneaky ones that you can get to do some like really nasty stuff. So the imprint, when Clone Shell enters the battlefield, look at the top 4 cards of your library. Exile 1 face down, then put the rest on the bottom of your library in any order. So when Clone Shell dies, turn the exile card face up. If it's a creature card, put it onto the battlefield under your control. So the imprint doesn't always apply in that case. This one's an exile option, but imprint usually, some of the imprint abilities is when something comes in the field of play, it gives a creature an ability or a card an ability on the field of play, even when this is gone. So it imprints its ability or other aspects of the game. At least I've seen something like that. Pretty cool ability. Merr Smith. All right, so there's another uncommon, and should be going right into the rares on this one. And cross your fingers, maybe we got something good. Rage Reflection. So Rage Reflection is a 6-drop enchantment. Creatures you control have double strike. So that's a good one to have if you're going to put an enchantment. I think I have the older one in my enchantment deck, or maybe my red-white deck. I don't remember, but I'm pretty sure I had this at one point in time. So that's a good one. I'm going to put the prices listed on here, and anything that like really hits home for me as far as a very high price one, I'm going to go ahead and scan it to see where we're at with it. I don't think Rage Reflection's up there. I could be wrong. If I am, no big deal. We'll move on. And I think there's a foil back here. Nope, another rare. Nope, no foil. Well, there might be one back there, but it looks like... Oh, we get 2 rares. I forgot. Double Masters, duh! Alright, second rare is Phyrexian Metamorph. Now, that's a pretty good one. I've got the old version of that one as well. I don't think it's a whole lot in value, but it's still a good card nonetheless. It's 4-drop, and it gives you the new Phyrexia symbol, which means it can be paid with either a island or 2 life. So you can pay 4, or you can pay 2 life and then pay 3 of any color. So you may have Phyrexian Metamorph enter the battlefield as a copy of any artifact or creature on the battlefield, except it's an artifact in addition to its other types. So that's pretty nice. Being able to copy stuff like that, that's why that was a good card in that set. I think I'm going to go ahead and scan it, see what we got here. 465. Oh, hold on. That's a mystery booster. It's probably the same. Double Masters, $2.99. So, a bit less than what you want it for, but they've reprinted it multiple times, so you can imagine each time it's reprinted, it goes down a little bit. Oh, that looked nice. So we got that, and we got Clear Shot, which was the first common we had in a foil. And then our second foil is Hammer of Nazan. I don't even know what this one is. So that's a rare foil. Hammer of Nazan is a 4-drop artifact, legendary artifact equipment. Whenever Hammer of Nazan or another equipment enters the battlefield under your control, you may attach that equipment to target creature you control. Equipped creature gets a +2/+0 and has indestructible. Ooh. So it's a 4 to get out there and a 4 to equip, but then it gives that ability. It says, when another equipment enters the battlefield under your control, you may attach that equipment to target creature you control. So, when this is on the field of play, when it enters, you can automatically equip it to something. And same goes with any of your other equipment. So that's pretty sick. I'm going to check this one out. Sometimes these artifacts are really good in value. So Commander version is $19. The Double Masters is $7.95, but the foil version of the Double Masters is $18.41. So right there is our big hit in Pack 1. That's a pretty good snag, if you ask me. So this stuff's going to be posted anyway. I probably just post the rares and just like I normally do. I won't worry about any of the other cards unless some of them actually have a higher value to them. But just to see what the general value is of my purchase, I'm gonna obviously do some of the pricing just because I'm curious, and I don't want to. I'm kind of like doing it right on the fly in the video a little bit sometimes, but I'll still post them on the video as this video is going through. All right, pack number 2. So. I mean, if we don't get anything else, I think we about $25 out of all that, maybe a little bit. So not too bad, $22 maybe. So pack number 2. Let me get the zoom back in. Sometimes after this camera sits a while, it kind of loses what it's looking at, and it looks all junk. Cathartic Reunion, classic. Cast Down, good one to have when you're getting rid of stuff. Fierce Empath, that's not bad. Fairy Mechanist. Artifact creature, but you pay blue to get it out there. Costly Plunder, can't go wrong with that. I love this card in my Sacrifice deck. It's a deck that's really hard to win on, but I just like the idea behind it. It's a commander deck. I put multiple stuff together that would give me different options of winning the game, or hopefully find a way to win the game, but never seems to pan out. But nonetheless, it's got my Mortal Kombat card in there, and so I'm sacrificing a lot of creatures to put them in the graveyard to where if I have my enchantment on field to play on my turn, I win the game. Don't think it's ever going to happen because it's one of those giant combos, but there's a lot of other stuff. But that's a card I definitely have in there. Sorry, I'm jabbering. I apologize. Accomplished Automaton. Parasitic Strix. Remember the Fallen. I remember you guys. That one's actually pretty cool. Choose one or both. Pay 3 sorcery. Return target creature card from your graveyard to your hand. Return target artifact card from your graveyard to your hand. So it allows you to go get some stuff. Useful. Very useful. Calling Dais is our first uncommon. Artifact card there. Vampire Hex Mage, that's a good one. She's a 2-drop for first strike, 2/1. Sacrifice Vampire Hex Mage, remove all counters from target permanent. So it's very useful to have if it's a sideboard. Maybe you just put it in there because just by chance You play an opponent that puts counters on stuff. Well, you can wipe them off the board with this bad beast out there. Nice card. Sarah Sphinx. 5-drop Flying Vigilance 4/4 creature. And our first rare is Mana Reflection. Oh, that's a nice one. Mana Reflection was pretty decent in value in the earlier sets. I'm not sure how many times it's been reprinted for the Masters types cards, but I'm pretty sure it was a solid card nonetheless. So it's a 6-drop enchantment. If you tap a permanent for mana, it produces twice as much of that mana instead. I've had people play this against me too. They had it on the field of play against when I was playing Commander. I think there was like 4 of us out there, and this person had this out there, and he just kept tapping and mana. Now, take into account that building your mana source up for a 6-drop, you're gonna have to get it out and get this out there quick. Or if you get, not to say have to, but if you do get it out fairly early because of your mana ability, you start ringing in the dough, man. I don't know why I said ringing in the dough, but whatever. You start being able to play about anything you want. So I'm almost going to scan all these because I feel like I'm going to hit a lot of them, but I'm going to check Mana Reflection also. So Double Masters 1465, that's another big hit, so that's pretty solid right there. Our second rare is Voice of Resurgence. So I have this foil version from the actual, is it Dragons of Tarkir? I can't remember, I think that's what it is. Let's see what the regular one is worth on Double Masters. Modern Masters is $8.92. Double Masters $3.50. Sorry, it's Dragon's Maze. Get out of here! Start scanning everything. So Voice of Resurgence. That one is a creature elemental 2-drop. Whenever an opponent casts a spell during your turn, or when Voice of Resurgence dies, create a green and white elemental creature token with this creature's power and toughness are each equal to the number of creatures you control. So if you're a heavy creature deck with a lot of elementals or just something simple, when they all die, I believe. Yeah, so if you have a lot of creatures, you can throw like a huge token out there. So that's a big win. So it's only $3.50, no big deal. But then I want to go back to the Dragon's Maze one. So I pulled the Dragon's Maze out of a pack on an opening for one of my older videos. You can go back and look it up. I can't remember if it was my Dragon's Maze pre-release kits. It's possible, but go look, check it out. It's there. And that's a $22 foil card for Dragon's Maze. But I don't have that one, so I mean I do, but not from this pack opening, sorry. Wait a minute. Oh, that's the foil. Never mind. I'm doing too much. This is the only reason why I don't, because I will like get confused when I start going through all my cards trying to check out prices. That's the only reason why I don't want to check them all. Sandstone Oracle, 7-drop. That's a pretty neat looking card. It's a 7-drop flying. When it enters the battlefield, choose an opponent. If that player has more cards in hand than you, draw cards equal to the difference. So that's pretty decent. I like that. I like that card. And our next foil is Gore Clan Rampager. So that's a good one there. And of course, a Myr token. So not bad. I think another 18-20 bucks on that second pack. So we're almost halfway there already. And we've only opened 2 packs. So 85 seems pretty close. That's all. I mean, I was hoping just to get halfway there, and I'm good with that. Maybe a little over 3/4 of the way there now is my next target. If I can get to that, I'll be happy. Revoke Existence. Might of the Masses. Driver of the Dead. Orcish Vandal. Argivian Restoration. Chromatic Star, that's a good one. Classic. I'm going to read it because I like it. It's a 1-drop. You can pay 1 and tap it to sacrifice Chromatic Star, add 1 mana of any color. When Chromatic Star is put into a graveyard from the battlefield, draw a card. So it's pretty much a real quick hitter mana changer. So if you need something last minute to maybe you don't have any islands and you need to negate something or whatever it is, and you have an additional land, but you need that 1 more to give yourself an island, that's beneficial. And then you can draw a card when you sacrifice it. So I like that one. Magnifying Glass. That looks like a really bad bite. Sorry, girl. It has an Investigate. Is this one from the Shadows of Innistrad set? Had the Investigate ability, but it just changed the drawing or the artwork on it? I feel like it was. I don't know. Ancestral Blade. That's a classic one. I like that one. I feel like that was a reprint, not reprinted from a newer set. I have to look that up too. That's a good one. And there's a battlefield. Create a 1/1 white soldier creature token, then attach it to it. Creature goes +1/+1 and it's equip 1. So I believe this is recent, fairly recent. If you know what I'm talking about, comment. Say yes, it was recent set, or no, it wasn't the last set it was printed in. You can say whatever if you know the answer. But get in there and zoom in. Come on, card. There we go. All right. Thopter Foundry for the first uncommon. That's a cool card. That's a artifact dual color. I gotta put the dual colors over here. Basalt Monolith. That's a classic. Or Monolith. 3-drop. Doesn't untap during your untap step. You gotta tap it to get three colorless things, and then you pay 3 to untap it. So you kind of, it's kind of, I don't know. You get mana when you need it, and then you have to spend mana to get it back for the next turn. So. Dismantle, 3-drop sorcery. Destroy target artifact. If that artifact had counters on it, put that many 1/1 counters on or charge counters on an artifact you control. Huh, so it's kind of like you steal somebody's counters when you destroy their target artifact. I like it. Pretty mean. And our first rare for this pack is Firelit Thicket. So I have to look at the lands because some of these lands have some good value to them. So you tap it, you add a colorless, or you pay a mountain or forest, then tap it and add either 2 mountains, a mountain or forest, or 2 forests. So it's a huge mana changer. You pay 1 to get 2, or you just get the standard 1 if you need it, standard colorless. So that's not bad at all, pretty decent. Let's check to see what this guy is. It'll let me scan it. Bing. So Shadowmoor was a $16 card. For Double Masters, we're all the way down to $6.32. Still decent. And moving to the next rare, we've got Stoneforge Mystics. Now this one, I've got one of these from the original set. I believe it was Morningtide or Eventide or Shadowmoor. I don't know, but I do have this one. So this one's a legit card. It's pretty good if you're playing this. And I think I might have put her in my... Nope, I don't have her equipment-wise. I have enchantments. Enchantments are different than equipment, obviously. So she is a 2-drop. Beast of a creature. Creature Core Artificer. When Stoneforge Mystic enters a battlefield, you may search your library for an equipment card. Reveal it, put it into your hand, then shuffle your library. You pay 2, tap it, you may put an equipment card from your hand onto the battlefield. So if it's high cost equipment. So what do we got back here for equipment that we can consider as an option? Creature Spell Shaper, Chromatic Star. No. I'm just trying to get an idea. So the only one looks like we have as equipment is going to be the Darksteel. Wouldn't really want to pay that because it's kind of cheap anyway, but there's... I guess the Hammer of Nazan, so that's a 4-drop, right? So essentially, when she enters the battlefield, you can go search for that and put it into your hand and show me the library. The next turn, you can pay 2, tap her, and then you can put it on the board for 2 instead of 4, and then you can pay the equip cost. So you can get some of your higher priced equipment out cheaper. Essentially, is the way I look at it. If that's the case, and that would work really well with a legendary card. Legendary. Gosh, I wish I knew the. Black Blade Reforged, I believe. The one that pumps your legendary creatures up, or it's cheaper to put them on your legendary creatures. Imagine getting that out. It's a high cost to get out there, but put her in there into play, and it's a pretty good deal. We'll look at her, because I think she was a $50 card when she was in the original set, and I don't know how many times she was reprinted. Double Masters, apparently not too many. She's $27.79. So she's from Double Masters, Grand Prix promo, Judge promo, and then World Wake. I forgot her. I apologize. She's from World Wake, and that's the one. She's $38 in World. I thought she was $50 at one time, but nonetheless, she's still a $27 card. So there, that really just maybe through three-fourths the value of these packs I bought them. Now I've hit it with that one. So pretty good snag on that. Metallic Rebuke, classic foil from either Kaladesh or Aether Revolt. And then Elvish Aberration, another foil. That's a good one. And a Golem Token. All right. So far we're hitting some pretty good ones. Lower-ended good ones. I mean, not saying these aren't bad, but there's some out there that are in the hundreds range that I think are non-foil and alternate art or extended border. And I don't know if I can get extended border in these packs. Might be able to, maybe not. But right now we're just getting the regulars. They seem to be hitting pretty big. Oh. Throwing my trash on two different sides and I get it all over my feet. All right, pack number 4. Kazul's Toll Collector. Kazolex Predator. Glaze Fiend. And I'm going to try to speed up a little bit. I apologize, I've been talking quite a bit. Golem Skin Gauntlets. Steel Sabotage. Another Iron League Steed. Got one of those already. Cathodian. Remember the Fallen again. We've got 2 of those now. No big deal. Fatal Push. Classic Fatal Push. I say classic like it's old, but Kaladesh old. Or Aether Revolt, I'm sorry, I think it's Aether Revolt. Fatal Push, good one. Destroy target creature if its converted mana cost is 2 or less. In your Revolt ability, destroy that creature if its converted mana cost is 4 or less. Instead, if a permanent you control left the battlefield this turn. So the huge trigger, the easy trigger for that is on your turn, obviously, you put Evolving Wilds out, and then you can get rid of it. I think you can even sack it and get rid of it on somebody else's turn, so you can play that on their end of their turn or something if you need to. So it's a pretty good card there. It was pretty good, pretty high in value during the standard play. Lost a lot of value going back into modern era, but it's still a pretty good card to have regardless. I like it. Fencing Ace, double striker. He's a mean little turd. Mean little turd. And then we've got Death Reap Ritual. That's a 4-drop enchantment. Morbid ability. At the beginning of each end step, if a creature died this turn, you may draw a card. Ooh, that's pretty good. And our first rare for this pack is Magus of the Abyss. So he is a 4-drop creature human wizard. At the beginning of each player's upkeep, destroy target non-artifact creature that player controls of their choice. It can't be regenerated. So there's the old Magus. I know he doesn't ring a bell for me. He might be, worth a couple bucks, but I'm not going to scan this one in. I'm going to move on to the next card. But there's the old Magus of the Abyss. And Glimmer Void land. At the beginning of the end step, if you control no artifacts, sacrifice Glimmer Void. Tap it, add 1 of mana of any color to your mana. Add 1 mana of any color. So this one, obviously, you have to have artifacts, or else you lose this land. I am going to scan this one because I've never seen this one before, and I always scan the lands, or at least check the lands out, because you just never know. They might be worth some pretty good money, especially all these reprints. $2.31. So not as what I thought it'd be. Alright, here we go. And moving on to the next one. Our first foil is another Metallic Rebuke. So this is going to be the same thing. Am I going to get another Elvish Aberration at the back end of this? And Dire Fleet Hoarder. Alright. And then an Elemental Token. So that pack wasn't as solid. Unless that one Aberration, or whatever this guy is. Magus of the Abyss was a good card. He might have been. Maybe I'm stupid and I didn't check it. I should have checked it, but I'll know later. There's no rush. Alright, this is one of my, I don't know, I like this as a favorite card of mine, not because it's super awesome or anything, but when I first started playing, I had a deck I put together, and I had like 2 or 3 in here, and it just reminds me of when I first started getting in the game. Every time I see a Twisted Abomination, I'm like, I know this card. I had this in one of my first decks I put together. So it's I'm not going to read it. I was going to, but y'all probably know what it is. It's been around a while. Death Hood Cobra. Sanctum Gargoyle. A Metallic Rebuke non-foil. Urza's Power Plant. See, some of these older ones were worth a decent amount of money, and they've been reprinted so many times it's like it's not worth as much anymore. But good old Urza's Power Plant. Pretty nice cards to get. And the lands are going to have to go over here. Running out of room. I guess put the lands right there. Peace Strider. Frogify. I know an old Frogify. That's a reprint, right? Fairly recent card. Ancestral Blade again. And our first uncommon is It Charm. The charms are pretty good to get. They always have good. They have like what, 1 or 2 abilities, 3 different options. So it's good to be able to have those options because some of this stuff you just never know how the gameplay is going to be. So I'll read it to you. You probably know what it is, but it's blue and red instant. You choose one. You can counter a target creature spell unless its controller pays 2, or you can have it deal 2 damage to target creature, or you can draw 2 cards and then discard 2 cards. So it just depends on what you need, but it gives you options. I like having those. Springleaf Drum. All right. There's the old Springleaf Drum. I'm not going to read this one, but I think that's from Theros or Born of the Gods, maybe. I think that's the set it's from. Esperzoa? Something like that. Flying. 4/3. At the beginning of your upkeep, return an artifact you control to its owner's hand. So that's not bad. That's pretty good for 3. 4/3 flying, and it gives you an ability at each upkeep. Well, that's pretty dirty. I like that one. And our first rare for this pack is Masterwork of Ingenuity. 1-drop artifact equipment. You may have Masterwork of Ingenuity enter the battlefield as a copy of any equipment on the battlefield. I know about this guy. I think I was going to... I don't know if I ever had this one, but when I was putting a deck together before I started playing a lot of Standard, I didn't have some of this stuff, and I think I did some really jank proxies so that I could put it on the battlefield because of the ability. It's pretty sweet. I'm definitely going to check this one out. Not as much as I'd hoped, but It was $4 and some change on Commander, and it's only worth $1.50 for this. But it's still pretty cool to be able to have that copy ability. Especially if, like, your equipment, the one equipment you have is like super nasty, and it really really doubles your ability to make your other creatures super strong. There's always that. And the next one is Sword of War and Peace. Now that one I'm definitely going to check. So Sword of War and Peace is a 3-drop artifact equipment. This is a mythic rare. Equipped creature gets a +2/+2 and has protection from red and white. Whenever a equipped creature deals combat damage to a player, Sword of War and Peace deals damage to that player equal to the number of cards in their hand, and you gain 1 life for each card in your hands. It's super nasty. These sword cards, there's a lot of different ones. Ice, Fire, and Ice, and some other stuff, but War and Peace one's a pretty popular one. I don't remember what its old school price is, but for this Double Masters, it is $15. So not bad at all. And the original one, looks like from New Phyrexia, was just under 20. But if you happen to have the Masterpiece Kaladesh Invention series foil one, the remastered foil one, or whatever we call it, that's $72. Not bad. So $15 for this bad boy. That's a good one. Definitely a good one. All right. And our first foil is the Ancestral Blade. We got 2 of those over here, and now we got the foil Ancestral Blade. We'll take it. And Welding Jar. That's a classic one. Good old Welding Jar. Sacrifice Welding Jar, regenerate target artifact. It's a 0-drop. So that's good. Bring your artifacts back. And another mirror token. All right, last pack. I think we've reached our $80. So we got to be close. If we're not, we're right there at it. So this pack is just kind of bonus. So it looks like we might be over. Let's hope we get something nice at the back end of this one. Bone Picker. Good old Bone Picker. Salivating Gremlins. Whisper of the Wilds. Balduvian Rage. Sift. Oops, put that in the wrong one. Sorry, guy. Probably did a couple of them wrong, but that's okay. Mirror Retriever. Urza's Mine, so we got another mine. We got another Urza's land card. Crusader of Odric. That's a fun one. Buried Ruin. First uncommon land. Sphinx of the Guild Pact. I think I've got one of these from the original set, or one of those sets. Thirst of Knowledge. It's not a bad one either. Draw 3 cards and discard 2 cards unless you discarded an artifact card. Ooh. And then our first rare is Mox Opal. Well, alright, folks. There you go. We'll take old Mox Opal. Another mythic rare. 0-drop legendary artifact Metalcraft. Tap it, add 1 mana of any color. Activate this ability only if you control 3 or more artifacts. Yeah, that's a pretty one. $55 for Scars of Maraudon, but that's not Scars of Maraudon. So let's go to Double Masters. And that one is $41. Well, that card alone gave my money back. So thank you, Mr. Mox Opal, for showing your face. Appreciate you everything you do. And the next rare is Thragtusk. 5-drop creature beast. When Thragtusk enters the battlefield, you gain 5 life. When Thragtusk leaves the battlefield, create a 3/3 green beast creature token. So not bad. It's a 5-drop 5/3. You get 5 life. And then when he leaves, you get a creature back. So that's decent. I mean, decent turnaround for just a big creature. Our first foil is Thraben Inspector. I love that guy. Alright, next foil is Urza's Mine. So we got the regular Urza's Mine, and we got the foil Urza's Mine. Not too bad. Not too shabby. And a beast token. Alright, folks. Well, there you have it. About a 30-minute video. A little longer than I thought I was going to make it be, but they always end up being that way because I talk way too much. So, like I said, double masters, double videos. So these is probably the last 2 videos you'll see from me for a couple weeks, and I mentioned that earlier in the video, and maybe Keith will jump on here and do something. I'm not sure. Maybe he won't, but if not, don't worry. We'll be back. I promise. There'll be more coming. Appreciate everything you guys do for us as far as helping us out, get some of our videos watched and commented on, and pushing some tweets for us. We appreciate all that stuff, and we will catch you on the next video. Deuces!